The Cat is a short story written by Mary Eleanor Wilkins Freeman, an American author whose work often revolved around New England life. She was born in Massachusetts and later moved to Vermont, where she graduated from high school. After her family business failed and both of her parents passed away, she returned to her hometown in Massachusetts and began her career as an author. The story revolves around the survival of a cat that is left by its owner in a mountain hut in the middle of the winter. This cat had to hunt for food alone. Its life was rather starving and had no purpose other than waiting for its owner to return. In the meantime, after the cat had successfully hunted its prey, it met a stranger passing by. He hurriedly hid in the hut to escape the harsh cold outside. The stranger thought that his house had no owner until a cat appeared and shocked him. Somehow, when the cat met this stranger, it felt a connection. The cat shared the food with the stranger and he cooked it in return. The two lived and survived the winter together for a while. With that connection, the cat even set out to hunt in the hope of sharing the food with the stranger to eat together. But when it returned home again, the stranger was nowhere to be seen. After several months passed, the owner of the cat had no sign of coming back. Until the month of May came, its owner had returned. The owner's relationship with the cat is a relationship that is different from the stranger's. The owner doesn't love the cat with care, but with pride in its strength. While the cat owner was about to pick up a cigarette to smoke, he noticed that many things in the house were missing, such as firewood, oil lamps, and some of the furniture in the hut was in the wrong place as well. The story ended with both the owner and the cat looking at each other in silence, finally giving up to the mystery of the missing cigar.
The Cat tells the story of the American colonial period. The setting in The Cat is located on a snowy mountain, where the weather was cold almost throughout the year, which is comparable to the construction of Massachusetts Bay. It was an English settlement on the East Coast in New England, Salem, and Boston. The word "city on a hill" was spoken by John Winthrop, who helped found the Massachusetts Bay Colony, was the first person to apply the phrase to America. Settled in 1630 by a group of about 1,000 Puritan refugees from England under government, John Winthrop and deputy government. In 1630, Winthrop and a group of his fellow Puritans traveled from England to the New World in order to found a colony near Plymouth. While aboard to the Arabella, Winthrop delivered a speech which has become known as the City on a Hill sermon. City on a Hill used to describe the expectation that the Massachusetts Bay Colony would shine like an example to the world. But Winthrop's sermon also reveals how he expected Massachusetts to differ from the rest of the world. The atmosphere in The Cat reflects that of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, which is gloomy, cold, and had to fight for survival in hope of building a new city. Same as the cat in the story, that has to face the cold of being alone and difficulties in finding food on the mountain. The cat story reflects the history of the colonial era of America by merchants, craftsmen, indentured servants, and orphaned children traveling on ships, namely pilgrim, and is called stranger, which is like a stranger looking for food in a cat's house and living together in a short time. And one day, the stranger moved out. The indigenous people are like the owner of the cat, which the indigenous people have owned since ancient times and have a settlement in that era, and was comparable to the cat. In the story, the cat is the one who feeds the stranger, because the stranger is a weak old man and does not know how to find food, causing the cat to be the one who finds food, which reflects when the Mayflower landed in Cape Cod Bay in 1620. Tisquantum, who is member of Patuxet tribe, worked to broker peaceable relation between the Pilgrims and the local Pokanockets. Due to Squano's English knowledge, Squano served as an interpreter, guide, and advisor, in which he taught pilgrims how to hunt deer, plant pumpkins, refine maple syrup, and pick the best berries. The relationship of indigenous people and the pilgrims is like the relationship of the stranger and the cat, that is accommodating, helping, and dependent, allowing both of them to go through difficult times.
In conclusion, the cat reflects the atmosphere during the colonial American era, from 16 to 1799. It was during this time that British seafarers sought a new land, New England, to create new lives and new cities. The atmosphere in the cat reflects the atmosphere when the settlers from England came to New England. It is an atmosphere of loneliness, depressed, and cold, like in the cat. The relationship of the characters within the story, the stranger and the cat, reflects the relationship of the pilgrims and native people. The native people know how to hunt, like the cat, who knows how to find food, how to survive, and thus sharing the food with the stranger, which is comparable to the pilgrims that don't know how to survive. In this new land, with native people and pilgrims helping each other, the two exchanged cultures, and knowledge made it possible to overcome adversity to adapt to this new life.